Welcome back. Time now for business here on France 24, which I'm joined by our business editor, Marcus Carlson. Hello, Marcus. Starting off with dashed hopes on Thursday on the markets.
Yeah, there's been a global sell-off after the European Central Bank really fell short of expectations on Thursday. Investors were hoping for immediate action by the ECB during the Eurozone debt crisis. This after Mario Draghi, the ECB president, last week said that he would do whatever it takes to save the Eurozone. It fueled expectations that the ECB would start buying the debt of weaker Eurozone nations like Italy and Spain. The idea there is that the ECB would bring down the borrowing costs of those two countries, because those borrowing costs, they've been awfully close to levels that are seen as unsustainable in the longer term. Speaking on Thursday, Draghi said that the ECB was mulling that kind of option, but he said that he wanted to see action from Eurozone governments before the European Central Bank stepped into the fray. Let's listen in now.
As implementation takes time and financial markets often only adjust once success becomes clearly visible, governments must stand ready to activate the EFSF ESM in the bond market when exceptional financial market circumstances and risks to financial stability exist.
All right, Mario Draghi there signaling that perhaps it was time to dip into the EFSF and to the European Stability Mechanism, the two Eurozone funds. Let's take a look at those borrowing costs of Spain and Italy on the back of that. And as you can see here, it's not looking too good this morning. We saw the yield, the so-called yield or the interest rate, come up sharply on Thursday. And that development is continuing this Friday morning, with Spain in particular being well above that 7% mark, which is seen as crucial. That's where Portugal, Ireland and Greece, of course, had to go for bailouts.
OK, Marcus. Meanwhile, on the markets this morning.
Yeah, let's take a look at the stock markets, and you'll see there a little bit of a mixed picture. We're seeing the European markets trading slightly to the upside, with the London FTSE 100 up 0.2%. Look at Madrid as well. We saw a sharp sell-off on Thursday. The IBEX index was down more than 5%. Slightly different picture, though, up ever so slightly, 0.1% this Friday. Let's also take a look at the Asian markets. They, of course, are coming towards the end of the trading week. As you can see here, a sell-off there, though, the Nikkei down more than 1%, whereas the Shanghai Composite up ever so slightly. Let's also look at stateside and at where the American markets shut up shop on Thursday. As you can see there, into the red, the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 0.7%.
Okie dokie, let's finish up with some company news, Marcus, starting off with Japanese firm Sharp.
Yeah, the electronics company has lost more than a quarter of its stock market value. Shares have plunged more than 28% this Friday. It follows a warning from Sharp that its annual loss will be bigger than first thought. The company lost nearly $1.8 billion just in the second quarter of this year.
Staying in Japan, and car maker Toyota speeding ahead again after suffering from last year's massive earthquake and tsunami. During its first financial quarter this year, Toyota made 290 billion yen, or around 3 billion euros. The automaker says its global sales soared nearly 60% in the quarter from April to June.
The Royal Bank of Scotland has unveiled a pre-tax loss of £1.5 billion for the first half of 2012. That's around €1.9 billion. It comes amid an ongoing debate on the future of the British lender, which was nationalised during the financial crisis. RBS has warned it could face a steep fine for an interest rate scandal after rival Barclays was fined more than $450 million last month. But RBS isn't saying how much it expects to be paying.
And the parent company of British Airways and Iberia has slashed its full-year forecast. It comes as International Airlines Group says it lost 253 million euros from January to June. The company is struggling with fuel costs and the Eurozone debt crisis. The Spanish market, which has been hard hit by the crisis, is seen as the company's biggest challenge. That's it for business. Our thanks to Marcus Carlson.
Indeed.
Do stay with us here on France 24.